When Iran threw a shoe at the United States, America didn't scream, it smirked. You threw a shoe at me, but I didn't feel any pain. Thank you for letting me know in advance, a sarcastic thank you, but also a strategic one, because that shoe was a missile, aimed at a United States airbase in Qatar. It was intercepted mid-air, but the symbolism was clear. Iran had crossed a red line, one almost no country dares to touch. After World War II, one lesson was clear. You don't touch United States soil, not even its bases abroad. The last time a foreign power struck a major American base, Pearl Harbor. Japan's strike on the Hawaiian Islands in 1941 changed history. America retaliated with nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world still carries that scar. Fast forward to 2025, Iran just did something no country, not even North Korea or Russia, has done in 80 years. It struck a United States airbase. This wasn't symbolic, it was strategic, and it might change global power dynamics forever. Operation Midnight Hammer was the codename for the United States retaliation. Over 125 aircrafts including B-2 stealth bombers, GBU-57 bunker busters, 30,000 pounds each. 24 Tomahawk missiles launched from the Gulf. Targets: Fordow, Natanz, Isfahan, Iran's nuclear triangle. President Trump said, "Mission accomplished. Iran's nuclear threat has been neutralized." But, was it? Fordow is not just a building, it's a bunker, buried under 300 meters of rock, designed to survive even nuclear attacks. After the strike, no seismic activity confirmed deep impact, no radiation detected, no visual confirmation of underground destruction. The IAEA said, "We cannot verify damage to the uranium enrichment operations." And the real kicker? The bunker busters were made by Boeing. Yes, the same Boeing now under scrutiny for aviation safety scandals. Was this a surgical success or a billion-dollar misfire? Before the strike, Iran moved fast. Intelligence reports show trucks evacuated 400 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium. That's enough for 10 nuclear bombs, possibly dispersed into secret underground facilities. At Natanz, only surface-level damage was confirmed. Isfahan, bombed. But honestly, there's no evidence of stored nuclear material. Iran didn't just build nuclear sites, they built a nuclear labyrinth. And well, it's working. Back in America, the biggest explosion wasn't in Iran, it was actually in Trump's own camp. No more wars, that was Trump's promise, that was MAGA's creed. But now, #MAGA unfollow trends. Live streams show MAGA hats burned in protest. Marjorie Taylor Greene accuses Israel of dragging America into war. This isn't about Iran. This is about Netanyahu clinging to power. Even Steve Bannon warns of a neocon hijack. Trump just alienated his most loyal army, his voters. For decades, critics whispered, the United States of Israel. Now even conservatives are saying it out loud. This strike wasn't coordinated with NATO, it was coordinated with Tel Aviv. Vice President J.D. Vance couldn't answer basic questions from Fox News. He said trust the process, but didn't explain who set the process. Is America still making its own decisions? Or are Netanyahu's domestic troubles shaping U.S. war strategy? Iran fired back, not just with missiles but with oil politics. The Strait of Hormuz is absolutely crucial here. About 20 to 25% of global oil passes through this narrow waterway. It powers, huge economies like India, China, Japan, and even Europe. Just one closure? Global oil prices would, skyrocket. Iran's parliament has already voted to close the strait if hostilities continue. And America? After years of mocking China, it's now asking Beijing to help mediate. Sanctions, spy balloons, trade wars, all forgotten, at least for now. Because the world's energy, honestly, depends on a détente between two superpowers who, really hate each other. Trump said this wasn't about regime change. Now, his administration is floating support for Reza Pahlavi, the exiled son of Iran's last Shah. This looks eerily like 1953 when the CIA removed Iran's elected leader and installed a monarch. The result? The 1979 revolution, the birth of modern Iran's theocracy, 40 years of chaos. Now we're repeating the same mistake? Even Trump's fans are asking, didn't we learn anything from Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan? Apparently not. America says it's about stopping nuclear weapons, but why isn't it bombing North Korea? Why not sanction Israel for its undeclared arsenal? Why ignore Saudi Arabia's abuses, or Egypt's dictatorship? Because the rules aren't about rights. They're about who already has nukes, and who doesn't. Iran didn't have nukes. Now it has justification to get them. Operation Midnight Hammer didn't end the nuclear threat, it legitimized it. So who won this war? America with its unmatched firepower, Iran for daring to strike and survive, or China, now the only power both sides are calling? The answer may come in weeks, or months. But one thing's for sure, Iran just hit a US base, and the world is still standing. That changes everything. This isn't over, it's just beginning. Subscribe to Talk Maniac to stay ahead of the next chapter. Because when the smoke clears, the truth is what matters most. Stay smart, stay skeptical, stay tuned.